So we all know of Darth Maul, one of the most popular Jedi hunters in all of Star Wars. One of the only dark side users who truly had no ounce of goodness in him. Purely engulfed by the dark side, he was a monster in and out, feeding off his anger and hatred and striking fear into his enemies one by one. Maul was a master of the seventh form of lightsaber combat, the most aggressive and acrobatic form of them all. And while he wasn't the best with force techniques before the Clone Wars, that is, he loved to get up close and personal when he pierced his lightsaber through his enemy, watching their life drain from their eyes as he felt their last breath. If you thought he was scary and intense enough before, check out this picture of what he was really supposed to look like. Darth Maul was drawn by concept designer Ian McKay, who recalled George Lucas describing Maul as a figure from your worst nightmare. So, literally, McKay thought about his worst nightmares and then used those tools to design this look for Maul. Ian described his worst nightmare as a lifeless face pressed against a window in a thunderstorm, a dead yet alive figure who stares at him through the rain. McKay used that as the first design, later adding metal teeth and blood-red dreadlocks streaming down its face instead of rain. Now, most people liked the idea, however, once George Lucas saw it, he was pretty freaked out himself. George felt it was just too intense, saying, okay, now draw me your second worst nightmare. Darth Maul's design went through a number of other renditions until McKay created a series of Rorschach designs, you know, the guy from Watchmen, by creating splattered ink patterns, which later led to the tattooed look of Darth Maul. Ian wanted to soften the look of the character, however, so at one point he added feathers to the top of Maul's head. He viewed these feathers as being part of the Sith Lord's personality. He goes to say, every morning I imagined Darth Maul would get up and bind his head with the piano wire, and that the feathers had to end up at the right points. It was just a part of the focusing of the Sith. Now, I'm glad they didn't add these feathers, since that would make Maul look more like a raptor or a chicken. The feathers were after transformed into horns, and George Lucas really liked that look, so they went with it. This was later developed into the Zabrak species as a whole. Ultimately, we could have gotten a horror movie character to replace Darth Maul. Could you imagine this version in Battlefront 2? Red dreadlocks whipping around with maybe two lightsabers, one in each hand. I wonder what his powers would have been, because definitely Force Push just wouldn't cut it and would be too regular for this kind of a freaky looking character. I could see this guy use something like Force Drain to defeat his enemies. Do you think Darth Maul would still be as popular today of a character if he did look like this? I highly doubt Disney would bring him back. That's just not a character I could see walking around at Disneyland. Okay, go away now, I want to do the outro. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this weird and creepy episode kept you entertained and a bit informed. I will see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you, always.
Now, fulfill